So we've got an extra fan reaction with some young Wolves fans today. We've got Dan and we've got Matthew, who's flew over all the way from Northern Ireland. He's come to 2 games this year. One was Chelsea, one was today. He's seen 8 goals and seen us get obliterated. First of all, Dan, how are you feeling after that, and what do you want to say?
I've got a lot I could say.
Let it off your chest, but don't swear.
I won't swear. First of all, Gary O'Neill, I don't want to say too much because I think he's inept, but he's done his best. He keeps sticking with the back 4 when he shouldn't. It's clear we can't play a back 4. It's clear we don't have the defenders for a back 4, but we don't have the strength in depth to play a back 5. So he's in a really difficult position, but I don't know why he keeps bringing Wang on. It must be because of commercial reasons, I think. That's the only reason I can see him being played, because obviously he brings in a lot of money, and because I don't see him offering enough personally, Wang. I don't think he really puts in 100% when he plays. And I only criticise a player if I don't think they're showing 100%. And I definitely don't think Wang is. So that's enough on him. But Fosun are an absolute disgrace. I've seen it since 2019. Jeff Sheet, he's fallen out with Laurie Dalrymple, who obviously brought a lot of success to us. Whatever went wrong with George Mendes and why we don't have any involvement with him, I don't know.
That's a strategic decision to move away, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough, to be fair. But he fell out with Nuno, who has, he's working really well at Forest. He didn't do much at Spurs, but Spurs were a mess at the time. So I don't think you can really criticise him for that. But he's doing well at Forest now. Bruno Lage, he's fell out with him. He's doing amazing at Benfica. I know
fans were calling for him to go, though, to be fair.
They were. I mean, that's why I'm not really saying much about O'Neill at the moment, because after Lage, I was like, yeah, he's got to go. We were hearing that training sessions weren't.
Do you really think that Gary O'Neill can keep his job now after that performance, after 1 win in 18?
No, I absolutely not. I don't.
Do you think they have to act?
Yeah, absolutely they have to act. But I think I'm seeing a lot of similarities with the Bruno Lage era. I don't think there's any fitness in the squad. I think we've seen this season, we always tire after about, I don't know, maybe 60 minutes. Especially we got the players who have to come off, and then we're just slugging around the pitch. We're always conceding late goals every game. Conceding early and we're conceding late. It's not good enough.
Well, let's see what Matthew has to say. It's like your commitment, mate. Thanks. How did you get to Sporting Wolves, first of all?
Dad's team. Got to bring it in. Had no choice.
Oh, you must be loving flying over from Northern Ireland to watch this.
Flew over at 6:30 this morning, mate. Just see us ship 5 goals. It's brutal. It is what it is. But I've got to say, this morning I was optimistic. I was full of hope.
Mate, so was I. I was feeling that this was going to be the day. This was lit.
I watched that Liverpool game. I watched us, for the vast majority, really try. I saw Mario Lemina in tears after the game, and that filled me with optimism. I was like, these players care. I watched that performance the first half today. They don't care. The defence at the back, they're useless. We're trying to play 4 players at the back. That doesn't work. Nuno tried that in his last season. That didn't work.
Bruno Lage tried it.
Bruno Lage tried it. It didn't work. Lopetegui tried it. It didn't work. Learn from their mistakes.
Is that because we don't have the proper players to play, like full-backs and stuff like that? They're all wing-backs and things. Is that the reason why? And, we're exposed.
We don't have the players at the minute. We don't have enough players. There's not enough depth in the squad.
Is that just depth in the squad, but that is defensively, you mean?
Defensively, I believe. We don't have any depth whatsoever. We're playing Craig Dawson. He's past it. I could run 2 times faster than him.
Lots of experience, but you say, he's patient there.
I love Craig. Totti. He does. He puts in 100%, but he's a bit past. He's slow. We're trying to play 4 at the back. We don't have the players for it, mate. We don't. We need to play 5. Whether you play Alfie Pond, try him out.
Is that what we've come down to? That's down to the recruitment. If we're having to rely on a young lad, Alfie Pond, the fact that we've boxed ourselves into a corner because we've only had 4 centre backs, and our sporting director did come out and say we brought in a 4th, then Santiago Bueno would go out on loan. But if you got 5, you've got the option to go to 3, or if you get an injury, you've still got 4.
Sorry, Matt. I loved Matt Hobbs when he first came in.
Do you know? And we've praised Matt Hobbs a lot. But
he did do great for us. I did love him, but now He just seems like a Fosun puppet. They all seem like puppets for Fosun, no more than Jeff Shee. I think the project with Wolves bring in profits. We're just a business for them. We're not a football club. They don't treat us like a football club, and they've got to go. Matov's,
100%.
you know, I don't want to say too much about him. Jeff Shee, he has to go.
Yeah.
First thing, Fosun, they have to sell us. Otherwise, we're only going one way, and that's down. I want to direct all my anger to Fosun and Jeff Shee. It's been like that for years. It's been since the second season we were back in the Prem. That summer, all right, we knew we had to contend with Europe. We brought in on loan. No, we didn't bring in Cutrone on loan. We brought in Cutrone, who unproven, you know, and he tried, but he wasn't very good, was he? And Jesus Vallejo on loan, and just that's the level of recruitment when we're trying to compete with European competition. Why?
It seems to have gone backwards year on year since obviously Nuno went, and obviously the pandemic. And if you keep thinning out your squad, eventually it's going to catch up with you. And I'm afraid to say it looks as if this year is the year that's catching up with us, and big decisions need to be made. Fosun definitely need to be looking at the leadership at Wolves, generally at the club. They also need to be looking on what they need to do, because as the producer was saying, Emma, before this, it's like if we go down, it's going to cost a lot of money. We need to start thinking big again. We need to start thinking big, and we need a manager that's going to come in and really have some gravitas. Gary O'Neill, great guy. He did brilliant for us last season. We play some brilliant football at times, and that's the reason why we stuck. We saw signs, like you said, last week at Liverpool. We saw signs against Chelsea. We saw signs against Arsenal. We saw signs against Villa. But he doesn't react. He's out of his depths at this level, it seems. He seems to come out with ideas. The players have got a losing mentality, and there is only one way to change that right now, and that, unfortunately, is to take action before it is too late. You can't just keep making the excuses, and I'm sorry to say, I feel like the rest of us. I came into this thinking, today, that it was all going to be, all of those performances are all going to click, and we're going to see the real Wolves. And I'm afraid we did see the real Wolves. They're not good enough under the way they've been directed, and if you turn out like this. Your man of the match, your Fox at your LEAMORE Windows man of the match, and your Fox at Shipley performance rate, and your Parkside dental that made you smile today.
For me, man of the match, just because he showed passion. He scored a goal. Jürgen Schön-Larsen.
He had a good game. Yeah, he showed a lot of fight.
Both games I've been to, he shows fight. He shows passion. He looks like he actually wants to play for the club, which is more I can say for a lot of players out there. I mean, 3 goals and losing by 2. That's.
Could have been more.
It should have been more. We should have conceded 9 or 10. Sam Johnston, I don't think he had a good game. I don't rate him. I personally think.
Do you not think Sam Johnston made 5 brilliant? I know he knocked them off.
Yes, he did. But you also conceded. You also concede 5. Yeah. You can make brilliant saves, but if you concede 5, granted one was a penalty. If you concede 5 goals, it's not good.
Can't be man of the match.
Jose Sa has also been.
Why can't he be man of the match? Because if it weren't for him, it would have been 10. I mean, if his defence are not dealing with crosses into the box, and he's just stood there with no defence because we're not zonal model, what can he do?
In the first half, he made 1 very good save. I'll give him that.
He made 2 great saves. He made one thing here and the other one at low at the feet.
Yeah. All right, 2 very good saves in the second half. He also conceded 4 goals in the first half. Sorry, he also conceded 4. All right, 1 was a penalty, yeah, but he conceded 3 goals that he should have done better.
So who's your man of the match?
I'm going to agree. I'm going to give it to Larson. I don't really think any deserve it, but Larson, he shows passion on the pitch, and in any relegation battle, you do want players who give that extra 10%, and Larson does. So I'll give him man of the match. He did really well for his goal to actually sort of, make the chance for himself, and he put away a good finish. So I'll give him that, and I think he's another one who's being mismanaged by O'Neill.
Yeah.
Did I give my performance rating in the first video? I don't think I did I? So listen, I didn't in the first video, so I'm going to give it now. I'm going to give it a 1.5. It's that bad. And that's half a point for each of the goals and from coming and clapping at the end, because, it's unacceptable. 1.5.
Can I say about the clapping at the end? I mean, if I doubt any of them do, but if anyone at the club is watching this, a lot of the players aren't getting booed. Like ain't Nori, he scored a brilliant goal, but some people are booing when he comes over and he just goes like that and just storms off down the tunnel. Like,
it's not aimed at the players. No, the players, they come on, they try. It's, they've come over, and fair play to them, they didn't have to, but they've come over, and fair play, as I said to Gary O'Neill, even he came over, put his hand up, and that's fair enough. It's to say sorry, but sorry, it's gone past sorry now. It's not good enough. Final words?
I've got to personally say, I've heard everybody else here speak. I'm going to go against them. I'm going to say, give Gary O'Neill a couple more games.
Why?
We've had a really tough. We've had a really brutal start to the year. Yes,
a couple more games are against Man City and Brighton. Yeah. Do you not think? Do you not think that they need to act now because they've got Man City and Brighton and then the international break to get their man in place? If they wait too long, then you're going to go into the international break. Can you see us getting another point? Then what?
I can't see us getting another point. I'm saying that Brighton, perhaps we played it okay at the Carabao Cup. But I think
with a much same side,
with a much same side, granted, yeah. But I believe if Gary sticks out, I believe in him. I think we've had a hard start to the year. And
what about last year? 18 games, 1 win.
We were safe. Players were on the beach. I think.
I know we had injuries,
but I personally believe give it to November. We've got an easier run of fixtures coming up.
We had a game. We played Brentford today. We played Brentford today.
Inexcusable.
Brentford today, who were decimated by injuries, and with a lot of their attacking options, they scored 5 and could have had 10.
I think last year is an anomaly. You can't look at last year and talk about anything because we were playing Ray and Nori and Nathan Fraser as a front three. One's a left back. One's playing in the Belgian second division now. You can't play in the Premier League with those as a front three and expect to win games. The one game we did win was Luton. We were on the beach. We had absolutely nothing to play for, and they were fighting for their lives. Admittedly, they weren't a good team, but even so, the end of last season is a complete anomaly.
Gary O'Neill, should he go now, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm saying yes because we need to change. The players... He's out of ideas, and we need someone who needs ideas and come in and act fast. We've got 2 weeks now, and then 2 weeks for Brighton and City. Write off Brighton and Man City if you need to get in the right man. Don't throw money at someone who isn't the right man, who won't get the best out of these players, because there is someone out there. I know we might not be able to give a name right now, because...
The Porto manager,
who
used the X1.
Yeah,
that's an X.
If you could twist and get Conseil Show...
I would take
stick with Gary O'Neill. What would you do?
Conseil every day of the week. But I believe.
I get what you're saying. Patience.
Give it a bit of patience, but
patience. I think.
Fosun, get out of our club. You're wrecking our club. You brought us to the top. Now you're dragging
I
us
think
down.
the general situation is today, when you've been in the ground today and you've started to hear the fans turn, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse.
It's not even the fans turning. Like a game like today is. Obviously it's a small away end. Most people in there are going to be golds or silvers, like the people who, are there every single week. And, they're the real hardcores. The fact that even if they're turning, because you get a lot of people who...
Listen, I'm a happy clapper. Probably call me being a happy clapper because I have a lot of patience and I try to be balanced, and I can't defend it anymore, and they can't defend it anymore. Anyway, look, leave your thoughts. Watch there will be a match vlog. I feel sorry for Chelsea, who's done the watch along and lost again. There will be extra time Sunday night if you want to come on and talk about it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you to Matthew for coming on today, all the way from Northern Ireland twice to see us concede 11 goals, and to Dan. Have your say. From all of us to all of you. Always Wolves.